Okay, guys, we got a very cool custom knife to talk about today. And it has a bit of a story as well. So that's always just makes it a little more fun. Okay, so it is a Marfione custom knife. Give you a quick peek at some of the details, and then we'll stick this off the side because it's a rather big box. They do come in these cool packages, zippered pouches. It's kind of felt lined and whatnot, and then it comes in a little bag, and it has a titanium sword here on the zipper pull, as well as a titanium patch on the case as well. I think that's just cool. I mean, it's a little extra something, and you've heard me talk about this for a long time. Packaging is important. And when you're spending a lot of money on a knife, packaging is more important, I think, maybe. So I like that little detail, that extra little touch. And then also in the package here, and I've talked about this with other Marfione knives, you get a microfiber cloth and you get a titanium engraved certificate of authenticity. Okay, so that tells you a little bit more about it as well. Okay, so very cool. Just kind of a cool extra little touches to an awesome knife. Now, this belongs to a friend of mine, Chris, from the Thai Addiction YouTube site channel, and I'll leave his channel link below. And the story of this is when Chris bought this, just fairly recently, all he bought was this. He didn't get the box. He didn't get the packaging, nothing. I'm 99% sure it was just the knife and nothing else. I don't even think it had the pouch or nothing. He reached out to Marfione, talked to them because I think there was an issue. I don't remember what it was exactly. There was a couple of issues with the knife, so he wanted to send it in for a spot treatment. When he did, they included, when they shipped it back to him, all of the packaging, the certificate of authenticity, all of that stuff, backdated to 2013 when this was made, because it's serialized, so they knew. So they printed out a whole new thing. I mean, talk about customer service. Like, that's just awesome to me. Regardless of if they charge him, I don't know if they charged him for the spa, and if they charged extra for the packaging and stuff. I don't know. I forgot to ask that. Regardless, even if you charged me extra for the whole box and paperwork, I would gladly pay it. Because to me as a collector, for every knife that I have, every knife that I bring out to do size comparisons or whatever, from the Spyderco Delica to the little Best Tech Strelet, which is a super cool, just a very super cool little knife. I have the packaging, I have the paperwork. I don't have the shipping box usually for these things, but like this level, not the cardboard box it ships in. I have all of that for all of the knives that I have bought. Now, there's going to be some that I have bought on the secondary market that don't come with that stuff. And if I can, I would try to do what Chris did and get all of the paperwork. So enough of that. I've rambled enough about that stuff. This is just a fantastic knife. So this is the DOC model, and it's carbon fiber inlays. And we'll talk about the specs after, because I just have to show you this blade. Okay. I let's just zoom in. Now, the light is going to play havoc because it is a mirror polish blade on the bevels and on the top swedge. And then it is just brushed, like a hand rub satin on the flats. What is amazing is this carbon fiber inlay. I have not ever actually handled a knife with a carbon fiber inlay in the blade. Now, my buddy Chris in Texas, he has a Todd Begg Citadel that does have it. And for whatever reason, he hasn't sent it to me to look at yet. I'll have to give him some stuff about that when I see him at the show. I get it. It's a very expensive knife. And every time we ship these expensive knives around, we're taking a chance. So I get it. I'm just kidding, Chris. But that also has carbon fiber inlay in the hand, in the scale, in the blade. But you cannot feel this. There's nothing. Like, I'm going in with a fingernail and I can't tell. This is amazing. Okay. So as we zoom in and take a look here, now this blade has some scratches and wear marks, and Marfione told my buddy Chris, who owns this, that's funny, my other buddy Chris in Texas. This is not the Chris in Texas. This is a different Chris. They told him they wanted to replace the blade, but there was a price with that, and Chris decided he's going to do that later, at a later time. But just like on the blade, you cannot feel the carbon fiber inlays in the scales either. It's crazy. So you can see it's a little bit scratched up, which is fine. I mean, they rebuilt it. They took it apart. They fixed the few things that it had, and they put it all back together. But they didn't, grind it and recoat it. And, so it's still a used knife that's gotten some love. And I love that. But these inlays are just amazing, as is the blade. And yeah, the blade's got some scratches and stuff. And at some point, Chris will replace the blade. Okay, so it runs on bearings. Doesn't drop shut crazy guillotine, but it fires like a freaking, oh my God, it's just awesome. And it feels pretty good in the hand. I'm not going to lie. The clip right here at the edge, it does kind of dig into my hand depending on exactly how I'm holding it. So for me, I would not really like that. It's right here is where it kind of digs in and it's uncomfortable. If I choke up, it's not so bad because of the way my palm is. But all in all, this is a really cool knife, and it's a model that I had never handled before. So let's dive into the specs. It's just a hair under 5.5 inches closed. It's basically exactly 9 inches overall, 3.8 inch blade, 3.17 inch cutting edge. It's LMAX steel with the carbon fiber inlay. The blade thickness is 0.154. Overall thickness is 0.602 minus the clip, and it weighs in at 7.7 ounces. So it's not a lightweight, okay? It's a handful and it's a pocketful. Now, I have no problem carrying heavier knives because this is a heavy knife also. And let me weigh it really quickly because I just don't remember. The scale is in the drawer right below this. So yeah, this weighs in, the Battle is 10.1 ounces. And I do carry this, okay? I'm going to be honest, I don't carry it a ton. It's not a hard user, heavy user. It's, but I do carry it, and it's 10 ounces. So I have no problem with the 7.7 ounces of this DOC. Titanium scales, steel lock bar insert, all that good stuff. There is some information on the clip. So it's got the date and the serial number and all of that good stuff. Proprietary hardware, which is going to turn a lot of people off. I have no problem with that. I don't normally take apart my knives. I have taken apart some knives here on the channel. That was more because people wanted to see that. And so I did it, not necessarily. I mean, a couple of them did need some cleaning, but I am not normally the kind of guy that just takes apart my knives. I just don't. I don't have the need or the desire. And the more expensive it gets, the less I'm going to take it apart. Even if this had normal hardware and not Frank's crazy custom pivots, I would never take this apart. It's too expensive. It's too nice. I would mess it up. I would scratch it. I would drop a bearing. Something would happen. So I wouldn't do that. So, okay, let's do a couple of size comparisons of this guy really quick. AA, D cell, Sharpie, Spyderco Delica, because everybody I think knows the Delica. How about the brand new Hellraiser P Series Automatic? Gosh, I love these Hellraisers. If you hadn't noticed, if you hadn't picked up on the fact that I'm a Hellraiser fanboy, now you know. How about the Demko AD20 in G10, Toxic Green, I think they call it, without the slot in the blade, which I prefer, the no slot. And what else do I got out here that I can grab really quickly? Since we're talking customs, the Sharknivko Ryu. And today, the day I'm filming this, is October 16th. Eddie, the owner of Sharknivko, it's his birthday today, so happy birthday. I will see him next week down at the California Custom Knife Show. So if anybody is going to be at the California Custom Knife Show on October 23rd, I will be there. So keep an eye out for these hands, and maybe you can say hi. So there you go. Chris, thank you very much for sending this in. It was a pleasure to check out. And thank you guys for watching and sticking through and enjoying this with me. There you go. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day, and be sure to come back tomorrow because there's more cool stuff planned. Thanks all.